All right, so I am going to answer a few of those questions that you had. But first, let me address question number 3. This is the percent section 5, and I believe we are on practice test 1, the word problem section. Number 3, you're absolutely correct. There is a typo there. The answer is 43. The way that we're doing that is we're taking 1850 and we're subtracting the amount that he paid, which gives us 800. 800 is the part divided by the base gives us the rate or the percentage. So the part in this case is 800, the base is 850, and that gives us 0.43 some things, so that converts to 43%. Thanks for catching that. In the next edition of this book, that will be corrected thanks to your work. Excuse me. But then following that, I wanted to get back to you on question number 1. Israel earns $15 per hour. He gets half time. He gets time and a half when he works over 8 hours in a workday. Excuse me here. Just want to get the board clean because we're going to need some space to do this next problem. All right. So Israel earns $15 per hour. He gets time and a half when he works over 8 hours in a workday, and double time for any hours worked on the weekends. He received a check for $975. Approximately what amount was Israel underpaid according to his company's policies? Okay, so remember, we're always starting with ID the question. So we want to know how much was he underpaid? Okay, and now we're going to do number 2, state our path. Okay, so we know the basic work week is 40 hours. So Monday is 8.5 hours. Okay, so we're going to say on Monday, we're going to put regular, overtime, and double time. Okay. The reason we have to do this is because we have to know which hours are in each bucket. And again, the key is we're trying to find out how much he was underpaid. So we have to find out how many regular hours he had. We have to find out how many overtime hours he had. And we have to find out how many double time hours he had. So stating our path allows us to break these pieces into the bucket. So Monday's 8.5 hours, 8 regular hours, 0.5 overtime hours. Tuesday, 8 hours, 0.25 overtime hours. Wednesday, 8 hours, 2.5 overtime hours, because Wednesday is 10.5 hours, so 8 is regular, 2.5 is overtime. Thursday is 13.5, so there's 8 regular. And then 5.25 overtime hours. Friday is 16.25, so that's 8 and 8.25, and that's Friday. Now notice we don't have any double time hours yet, because the problem told us is that double time is for hours worked on the weekends only. So now we come down to Saturday. So that whole Saturday hours, 4.25 is double time. So our regular hours are 40 hours, and we're going to multiply that by his hourly wage, $15 per hour. Then our overtime hours, and I'm going to use my calculator for this just to make sure I'm accurate. So 0.5 plus 0.25 plus 2.5 plus 5.25 plus 8.25 equals 16.75 overtime hours. And now remember, the problem also told us time and a half is overtime. So his regular time is $15 an hour, and plus a half of that is $7.50, so $22.50 an hour is his overtime rate. And then double time is easy. 15 times 2 is double, is $30 per hour for double time. And then we know our double time hours are 4.25 hours. So again, we're just remembering we have to start off with how much was this guy underpaid. The key thing here is after we've done all this work, the inclination is going to be that this is the answer, but it isn't. So let's keep on moving. So 40 times 15 is 600. I'm just going to put that up here. 16.75 times 2250 is 376.87. We'll round it up to 88. And then 4.25 times 30 is 127.50. So we add all those together. 600 plus 376.88 plus 127.50 equals $1,104.38. Okay, so that's the total amount he earned. But remember, we always must go back to the question, what is the actual question that we're being asked? The actual question that we're being asked is approximately, so that means it doesn't have to be exact to the penny, but approximately what amount was Israel underpaid? So it said he received a check for $975. So you just simply take this amount, which is an accumulation of his regular overtime and double time, his whole pay, and then we're going to subtract what he was actually paid, the $975, from that, and then that's going to give us an answer of $129.38. So approximately, we can just say $130, or answer A for question 1. So just to recap that from the top, ID our question. We're trying to find out how much he was underpaid, not how much he earned, not how much his overtime was, not how much his double time was. We want to find out how much he was underpaid. Then we state our path. Well, how much did he make regularly? How much did he make overtime? How much did he make double time? Okay, and then what is his regular time? What is his double time rate? And then what is his overtime rate? What is his double time rate? Okay, we add all those up, but that's still not the answer. Okay, that's just his total check. That's what his check should have been. Then we come down here and we subtract 975. 975 is what he was actually paid. Okay, we subtract 975 from that number. It gives us that, and because it says approximately, we're not looking to be exact here, and so we get question number 1 is answer A. But again, I do appreciate you pointing out number 3 for me, and you were correct. It is 43%. In the next edition, that will be corrected. Thanks a lot, and wish you well in your GED preparation.